I'm ready to get into it. No, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Greg. I'm
Well,
excited to be here.
yeah, well, it's been like a year in the making.
I know, a year finally, but patience is a virtue,
Yeah, well,
so.
I'm pleasantly persistent. Yeah. Well, no, we met through a mutual acquaintance in the real estate business, and then
Yes.
I kind of liked your story, and so I wanted to have you on. So yeah, this is how I always start: is you've been doing business for a while, but prior to getting into real estate, what were you even doing?
So prior to real estate, I was living in Tucson. I was going to the U of A studying criminal justice and law.
I won't hold that against you since I'm from ASU, but it's okay. Bear down.
I mean, one of us went to a credited school. I'll say that. I'm just kidding. It's that little
It's a
playful
friendly
rival.
rivalry.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Because we're still in Arizona. They're great universities. But okay, so you went
Exactly.
there for criminal justice.
Went there for criminal
How'd
justice.
you even get into like wanting to do that?
Well, originally I went to school because I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. And I figured out I didn't have the steady hands for that. So jumped ship from there. And I've always really enjoyed law, anything with the criminal justice system. I've always been drawn to that. So I kind of went to do that. Loved all of my classes, really found a passion for it. Was going to go to law school. Things kind of took a turn after moving to Australia for a year. I came back, and then I'm originally from Nogales, which is a small border town next to Mexico. So I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go back to Tucson. So I decided, why not Phoenix? Bigger
Why not?
city. So
Yeah.
found
No,
myself
wait.
here.
So something skipped here. So I'm doing criminal law. I decided not to go into law school because of Australia. Where did Australia come from?
You know, I had a passion to always go. I wanted to go, and I had asked my parents, can I just take a year off?
That's awesome.
And
Did you finish school?
I did.
Okay. So got your degree and then left. But then when you came back, you were like, eh,
Yeah, no more school.
yeah, yeah. So, so at ASU, I went 8 years. I only graduated with one major. I did do pre-med, but I just didn't want to keep going. It was 8 years. And I was like, I'm just ready to start working,
Right.
And so very similar. I just didn't want to keep going. So you came up to you came to Scottsdale, Phoenix.
I came up to Phoenix.
Okay. And then what was it like, hey, I'm just going to go there and figure it out, or did you have an idea of what you wanted to do here?
No, I just kind of figured it out. I was managing a medical cannabis clinic for a while.
Wow.
And then after that, I kind of transitioned into real estate.
So you're managing a medical marijuana spot, and then
Yes.
you decide, how did you figure out to get into real estate? Did someone come in and buy some, and they're like, hey, you should get in real estate, or how did you get introduced?
Honestly, just being out in Scottsdale, meeting people anywhere I went, I would meet with a lot of people looking to invest, and I would refer them out to other agents that I knew. So I just thought to
Oh.
myself, hey, why
Why can't I
why
refer
can't I?
myself?
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, wait a minute.
That's awesome.
Why, like, let me cut out like the other agent and let me just get licensed. And it was more so to kind of prove to myself that I could become licensed, that I could become an agent.
It's not easy getting a license.
It's really
you know?
not.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, it took me a couple of tries to pass that state test. School exam, super easy. State, that was a different.
It's hard.
It
Yeah.
is, but
Well, good. So you did that, and then who did you hung your license with the same spot you're at now?
yes.
Okay, awesome. So stay with the same place. What attracted you to there?
I think just more so they helped me every step of the way, especially prior to getting licensed. I just kind of felt like I owed my loyalty to them, and I just kind of like their ideal and just the way they run their group.
Yeah.
So it's very, it's a smaller boutique, so you do get more one-on-one time with.
You need that coming out of school. I
You
mean,
do.
I know it only just from hearing it from the realtors. Like you don't get a lot of the street application of stuff, right? It's more
No.
compliance and documents and things, just like it was in the loan side. Like we don't learn coming out of there. Like, hey, here's how you prospect to get a new client. Here's how do you negotiate a contract.
Right.
So you need that a team and a brokerage that can really help and train you. So how long's it been that you've been licensed up?
I got licensed in May of 2021.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh,
for
good.
a few years.
Yeah.
Few years.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what is your primary source still like people are coming to you, referrals, you're out and about that way?
Yes. Yeah. So primarily I meet clients when I'm out and about, networking events or referrals, which always helps though.
It's well, it's way better than internet and things like that. Like I like the by referral only business.
I do too. Little secret, I never do any cold calls.
Good for you. I like that. I like that model. Do you go to specific events to like network and stuff?
I will. I'll go to either any realtor events or go into little high-end restaurants, kind of scope the area and kind of just meet people naturally
that's
and
good.
organically.
Yeah, because obviously the high-end restaurants are going to have high-end clientele.
Right.
What about workouts? Like I know you work out. Do you go to like studios rather than work out by yourself, but go to studios to network with other people at the gym and things like that?
Usually I do work out alone. However, I do hit Pilates, so I'll go mingle with the girls there, see if anyone's interested. Or if I hit the nail salon, I'll always make sure to
Nice.
kind of make my brand known that I'm a realtor if anyone's ever
Yeah.
looking. So
That's pretty cool. I was talking to one of my fellow coaches. He's like he does pickleball 2 days a week with a group of guys. He does pickleball lessons on Thursday morning, and he has like 4 or 5 people come over with a pro, and they do pickleball lessons.
oh wow.
He does 2 workouts a week. He's in Austin, and with realtors, and we call them VIPs, but like the business professionals.
Right.
Maybe it's a financial planner, a CPA. He's got some dads from the kids' school that come and meet him, and they do workouts, pickleball, hangout, coffee and run. He's into fitness, so he runs around. I think he said it was a lake, but they like run around this waterfront, and then they have coffee and hang out. So he has this like networking, but he's like doing life with his business.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's the perfect way to do it.
Isn't it? That
It
way
is.
there's not like a separation of like, oh, I'm doing business and
No,
it's like
'cause-
you're mingling it together.
Exactly. And who says business just has to be business? Why not make it? That's the way I like to do my business. I know real estate, everybody kind of sees it as a huge commitment when purchasing a home or seeming really lost and being very stressed out. I like to take that stress away. So even though it is a business setting, I also like to make my clients feel welcomed and like they have a friend, not just someone that's trying to sell them a dream.
I like that a lot. Wow, that was really good. I like that. I always think that you should have the answer to the why you,
Exactly.
right? And that's a great answer. Yeah. So let me ask you this. So you've been doing it for a while. You have like past clients. I have a lot of people that don't really do a great job following up with their past clients. How do you do with your past clients?
I like to keep in touch. I'll send either a mail note to them or I'll send a text any holiday or birthday. I have a set reminder for every
Oh.
past client that I've.
Is it just
How
set
do I-
like in your phone, or do you have it on the like a CRM, or how do you track it?
I track both on my phone and CRM.
Okay, great. Okay, so we got text messages, handwritten notes, holiday things. Do you ever do like I've seen we do client parties? Do you ever do anything like that, or a hangout, or a mingle, or anything?
That's something I want to bring in more so this year. So I want to start bringing past clients together or just hosting events where I can bring people, have QAs and answer any questions or just kind of get the community together to see what I can do. So I kind of wanted to partner with my apartment complex right now and see if I can host, real estate courses once a week or answer any questions for residents that are looking to take the plunge on home buying.
Yeah, I've done that with we've done a few, but like home buyer workshop kind of things or Q&A
Right.
stuff. Apartment complexes are great because they usually have a little meeting room, and obviously everyone's in there renting,
Right.
right? So just figuring out how to do that, and then also just being a resource. So if you said, "Hey, I'm going to have my CPA coming in because it's tax season," and if you want to, just come and meet, and twofold, you could invite your clients to it that are coming for
Right.
that reason, and I'm inviting the people around, in the apartment complex as well. And if there's other apartment complexes nearby, inviting them too.
Right? The whole
Right.
neighborhood.
Well, and that's the win too. When you think about your apartment complex, they're like, well, why would I want you to do a homebuyer workshop? These people are going to leave. I say, well, I'm actually going to market the other places. So when they go to renew their lease, maybe they want to come here because they get to see how nice this one is. So that could be a
Exactly.
thing.
So it's a win-win.
Yep. And if they do go to end up buying, you'll know ahead of time, and then you can increase your rents for the next person that's going to come in. So you're going to make more money anyways.
Exactly.
That's how I always pitch the apartments, but also the property managers. Because I would go to
Right.
the property managers and say, hey, can we mail your entire database about helping them with their credit, putting them on a plan, and then you're a licensed realtor as a property manager, so you can get a referral fee from the realtors that I then refer these people to. And now you'll make extra money on the side. Plus, when you go to re-rent the place, you'll be able to increase the rents for the next person. And they're like, oh, because you had to tell them what's in it for them,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, so that's great, and I think I will use that since I'm already in contact with the property manager, so I will
There you
use
go.
that.
Okay, I'm happy to partner up with you on this stuff. It's like,
Hey.
it is my wheelhouse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe we should partner up on that. I will give you the details on that.
Okay. All right. So what other stuff do you have, like, kind of maybe in a business plan, or what you want your business to look like as it moves forward this year?
Definitely want to get in the swing of things more. Definitely want to concentrate on, real estate a little bit more. I did kind of take a break here. So moving forward, the way I kind of vision my business is really focusing more on the social media aspect of it and really creating a solid foundation with every client and every prospective client.
I like it. All right. So let's go deeper on the social media stuff. So where do you see that going? What are you going to do there? What do you already have, a plan or a formula for your content now?
Yeah, I'm currently working on that right now.
Okay. So what's kind of the ideas?
Just kind of not to give the whole thing out there right now.
No, you can give the whole thing.
Well, I
'Cause
gotta hold
people are
some
gonna hear it and
things
they're not
close.
gonna do it. Come on.
Right.
Okay. So what are you willing to share?
So just more so, I want to start doing lives. I'm gonna start probably hosting lives every day. I want to start planning.
Now, are these lives going to be like just you live?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Is this going to be the I'm getting ready and ask me a question live kind of thing?
no, it'll.
Okay.
Some will, because I want to
Okay.
keep it light and fun for some of them. Other lives, I will be more of a business setting.
Okay.
Just kind of talking about how wonderful Arizona is and why people should be moving here.
Ooh, I like it.
Gotta
Yeah.
talk about our home state. So
Well, lives I've heard get a lot more, say views, but more lift in the algorithm.
yes,
So Instagram likes that you're going live,
yes,
right?
they love
so I
lives and
understand that.
reels.
Yes. And reels are the ones that get you, for those of you who don't know, but like a post is only showed to my followers. The story is only showed to my followers. So the reels show to my followers and then go outside. If my followers like it, they'll then show it to non-followers. And that's why when you look at, obviously but you look at your insights of a reel,
Right.
and the majority of it is seen by non-followers because Instagram's happy to do that. But right now it's only the reels and live.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I like
Yeah.
that.
So
Maybe it's some. Would you do something like because I joke those getting ready ones do a lot, and I think that the getting ready ones help the person stay consistent. So
they
while
do.
they're in there like doing their makeup and their thing, and they're talking about whatever they talk about, and it could be their nutrition or whatever program they're selling, or if it's real estate, it just helps them to stay consistent with it. I'm just going live, and man, that talk about getting uncomfortable and vulnerable. It's like wow.
Exactly.
But I admire that they're doing that. But maybe it's something like coffee talk, and it's every day you're like you make your coffee and you sit down like, hey, let's talk real estate, let's talk what's going on in Arizona, let's things that are coming, things that are happening, and just see if you get some engagement.
I love
don't
that.
know.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about engagement. So
Can also do like the post workout. Hey, just got finished working out, and it just got me thinking about like, because as I'm working out, like it always clears my head, and
right.
then the creativity stuff starts coming in. I'm like putting quotes out, and then I'm like saving notes in my phone, and because that's just where it happens for me. So for me, that would be a good time to be like, hey, just finished working out, and then talk about whatever you want to talk about.
That actually would be, because I do post stories post workout and when things do come to me, but I think I might just start incorporating that in lives and reels.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be the same. Like I'm not saying coffee every day or workout every day, but I could bounce between those
Right.
to stay consistent, but also to stay creative.
And fit.
Fit and caffeinated.
Your whole duo.
Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else to the social media strategy?
Just consistency, really.
Are you going to
Just-
shoot any specific content? Like, are you looking to do like, we're having success doing home tours, but that's as a mortgage person. That's different from my content. That wouldn't be different for you, but still good to post. have you thought about, doing things like interviews of, like, say, a CPA or financial planner or some of those people that you would do a workshop with,
Yes.
doing maybe some interviews or something? Or
Yeah, definitely open to that. It's good to, collaborate with others and kind of have that feedback, and that conversation. So I would definitely love to interview other people in the real
it's a
estate
way to go
community.
live too.
It is a way
'Cause
to
you
go
can go
live.
live and bring them on and say, hey,
Right.
we're going to do 5 minutes with my CPA. I got them to break away during tax season to answer some questions, and then see how many people go in there and engage. And
Definitely.
that would be a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
Huh.
So,
Even like, I'm just trying to think of like who would be some ancillary things. Like vendors are great for you as a realtor.
right.
So you're a plumber, you're an electrician, you're a pool guy, you're a landscaper, you're a roofer, you're stucco, you're handyman. Like all those subs that you have as a list and a resources for your clients. Not that all are going to be super comfortable on camera, but they're all a good resource to get good content from,
Right.
right? If you know someone that's doing a renovation or remodel, I can be showing before and after kind of stuff because people like to see that.
People do love to see a good renovation.
They do, right? Yeah, people like before and afters, but they also like the during behind the scenes. So you slinging a sledgehammer into the wall, like, hey, check out the remodel. Or I saw a really good one the other day where the guy took a lot of pictures where like he jumps in front of the original house, or it shows him like punching towards the wall of the original house, and then later on when they were done, it shows him going into the kitchen with the same punch because they took out the wall. So
love
it's like a
that.
before and like an action scene almost, right? Or when he jumped up, and then when he landed, the front of the house changed because it was the finished product.
Yeah, that's so creative. I love it.
Right? I was like, wow. And it was his first flip too. So it was his first flip, first kind of video doing that. So he had some great ideas. I'm like, well, I'm copying that. Right? That's all we do. We just copy other stuff that's like really cool, But they say that, what is it? You sell the destination, not the plane flight.
Exactly.
So for most people, like I'm the plane flight, the mortgage. Like who wants a mortgage payment? They want the house. So we started doing these tours, and people like them, and they comment on them, and they comment more on that than the mortgage product.
Right.
Right? So for you, it's kind of the same idea.
It definitely is.
Do you have a certain area or price point or target that you do for your houses and, like, I say farming?
What do you mean?
Like luxury or...
Yeah, well, I try to, right now, the majority have been a little under $1 million, but I do want to just start focusing on the luxury side of
So what does that
real
look
estate.
like? Like, what's the plan to focus on luxury?
Luxury, definitely opening my social circle a little bit. I have been meeting a lot of people lately, so my book of business has been growing immensely with the right people that I have been trying to target.
Okay.
So
What kind of people do you target?
Well, I work with everybody, so I'm not going to say I'm targeting.
I say we work with everybody, but you target, right? Like I target something.
That's not so bad.
Just say it.
Well, I like to target more so the just the luxury side of.
Mm-hmm. So then you'd look for like wealth managers, financial planners. I hate to say it, but divorce attorneys.
Divorce attorneys are great, as much as I hate to say it too.
Yeah. But it happens, right? Mediators. I like the mediators because the mediators are typically like those amicable divorces. So they're a little easier, especially for you. You're more forward facing with them. I handle them if we're doing a buyout or if they're settling and then going to buy something. And usually it's like the aftermath. You're dealing with it in it. Like, I don't want to sell. She wants to sell. And it's a mess. So handling it with like through a mediator, getting that referral, they're a little more amicable.
Right.
Right. But that's another one. But also like, where you work out, like not to be like, I have a membership at EOS and then I have a membership at the Hive. There's just a different caliber.
Right.
My wife's at the Village at Gainey Ranch. I used to work out at Lifetime. I also have a Mountainside. I like all the gyms, but there's just certain clientele in each one.
Exactly.
So targeting that is where I'm going to find a lot of luxury as well. Do you find going on home tours to network with some of those agents as you're previewing those properties helps, or have you ever done that?
I would. I'm not going to necessarily say it's like helped immensely. I have done it in the past. I don't mind them at all. It's always great to network with other agents.
I
But
like to network with the agents. I just don't know how much for you. I mean, it's good to network with them because maybe they're have the property that your buyer wants, and it's good that you
right,
knew them from a tour. I also think it's good to know all the people that are in that kind of arena because maybe you have an off market coming from the seller, and you can call those people and say, "Hey, do you have anyone that's looking for this $13 million house that I'm about to list?" Right? Like those are the
exactly,
people that are going to have more apt to have those buyer. So before I
right.
even list the thing, I can get the pulse of the market by doing that, like pre-listing kind of idea, and get your
Right.
pulse. And but also for content, right? I'm selling the destination. So if you're out looking at the $23 million, $300,000 shoe room, did you see that house?
I did.
That was awesome.
Oh, it was
But man,
amazing.
great content in there to be shooting because like you're showing, why move to Arizona? Like look at what the properties we have here. This is crazy,
Right. Yeah.
right? It's
It
kind of
is.
it's
And
attractive.
it is attractive. The way Arizona's just growing, and they're even saying it's turning into a little mini LA, which
Mm,
I definitely see it going that way.
yeah. Where do you see the market going?
Oh, it's a tough question, and I get asked this daily. Um, Truthfully, I've heard a lot of different things. Personally, I think the market will stay the way it is for a little bit. Um, I know people are saying we're gonna see a crash or worse than 2008.
Do you see that?
I don't.
Do you
I
see any indicators of that?
I don't. I think well, we've seen the stock market crashing, but I think things are gonna shake a little bit, but everything's just gonna stabilize and start booming again,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully.
Yeah.
So I think things will within the later months, quarter four, hopefully things will start evening out.
There you go. I don't know. Same thing. Like I get
It's
asked
just
a
so
lot. I don't have a crystal ball, but I got to tell you, I'm hard pressed to see a crash coming. And all the economic, like I'm just looking at the math. Like the
right.
economic, it's not the emotional fear. It's not it's the news articles that try to instill the fear on the consumers. We get to see behind the scenes, like Crawford
Mhm.
Report and MBS
Right.
Highway. Like we see Keeping Current Matters. Like we see the real stats, but hyper local. And you look
Right.
and it's like, there's so many businesses here. Like $9 billion project going in. Did you see the Mayo $1.9 billion
Yes, it's
expansion? Like, okay, that's a lot of doctors and nurses, right? But with all the population, we need that kind of medical care and support. So it makes
right.
sense. But you put that kind of infrastructure in, it's just going to be more people coming here, right? But
Exactly.
those chip plants and the warehouses, they're all along the 17 and the
And
303
yeah,
and the
the
10.
303, all the like you said, all those new
It's
businesses that are
insane.
coming.
Yeah. And all those places have people. And all
Right.
the people need to buy a house. Or
Exactly.
they're going to rent a house that we're going to buy the house and then rent it to them. So there's just a lot of opportunity of, they call it household formation versus the demand. And so there's so many being formed. You got new employees coming in, you got people separating, you got kids graduating college, you got a lot of people
Right.
coming. And it's not only here, but you see like here, pockets in Texas, Florida, but these are the boom, like we're always in the top for the lift of population and where people are looking to move
Right.
or looking for the second home.
And Arizona is such a great place for a second home.
It's Yeah. I just had a friend who's in Michigan, and he Airbnb'd a place for a month because he could work remote. So
Oh,
he's like, he can't. He left for one work trip that he had to make, and then came back. But he was here for a month with his wife, and he's like, I think next year I'm going to do 2 months because it was 8 degrees
eight
on the
degrees.
day that he left Michigan.
Oh my
He's like, I think I could do it for 2 months next year. I'm like, yeah, you could. But how many other people are doing that already? But you have
Right.
people that can work remote. So it's not even a second home to take a vacation. It's literally a second home. Like, hey, I'm just going to work
Right.
from Arizona and thaw out for 4 or 5 months, and then I'm going to leave. And then maybe you just leave it, and it's just an investment that grows, or maybe you're renting it out, and you get
Exactly.
the depreciation, cost segregation, tax write-off, all the things.
Right. So it's
Yeah,
still win-win. I mean,
right.
it's
Do you do
crazy.
a lot of stuff with like investors, or like if you were to look at your past clients, not the future ones that you're prospecting, but your past ones, were they mostly like, first time home buyers, move up, or investors, or was it just a pretty decent mix?
It was a pretty decent mix. I did work with a lot of first-time home buyers. those are kind of my favorite.
Is that because your age? I mean, so it's like your age group, right? Graduated college, they're off in a career, and at some point they're like, all right, I've rented enough. I think I'm ready to settle here because I got my job or whatever. Is that why, or?
That definitely does play a role in it. It's just kind of easier to kind of not work with, but it's just easier with people of your age.
Relatable.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for that. Yeah, just more relatable. But I've had home buyers from all different ages, and I still think it's just fun all around.
It is fun.
It's exciting because it's exciting for them, but it's also exciting for you as an agent.
What's the most exciting part?
Seeing how happy they are once everything is finalized and they get to walk into their home for the first time, not touring it, but actually as being the homeowner.
It is different, right?
It is different.
It's the feeling.
It is the feeling because you just see either the couple that bought it or whether they're parents, and then you see the kids' excitement. So it's just a really neat experience all around.
See, I don't get that, right? Like I get the call, or I call and say congratulations, like thank you so much, but I don't get the here's your keys, open the door, go on in, check
That
it out,
raw,
kids running in,
yeah.
I'm picking my room, like,
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I think that's what really makes me love this career.
Yeah.
It's
When you look back, I think, you've been doing it for 4 years. Most people say the 2-year mark is, where you're either going to make it or not. So obviously you made it. And, I think that as you talk about the feeling, right, you've got that. But then 4 years ago, you were helping people get into houses that have significant amount of equity and wealth built up that they had no idea they were going to have.
Right.
Right. And that's the impact. Like, I've been doing it now to be 20 years in October. And the people that I've helped, right, 20, 15, 10 years, 5 years ago, they all have so much money now that they never thought they were going to have, but nor was it the plan. Like, when you start going into your 401k in your 20s or 30s, you don't think like, oh man, but you think like, yeah, this is my retirement. I'm paying into my retirement. At some point in time, I'll have some money extra because I'd been doing my 401k. Most people don't think I'm writing my mortgage payment every month and that's part of my retirement.
Right.
They don't think that way. Yet you have people that you put in $500,000 houses 4 years ago that are at $800,000 right now. They literally made $300,000. No, it's not in their bank account. It's they're not cashing it out because they're living in their house still. But at some point in time, that's going to be money that pays off all their debt, buys them another house, pays for college, is their retirement, helps their in-laws through a medical challenge. Like
Exactly.
It's a big thing. So you have the feeling, but then you got the future feeling of, man, these people are going to have a lot of money because of you. Yeah. The other thing I thought about was you get it twice, right? So you said that like they're going into the house when they're not touring it, so it's their own. So there's the newness of I'm touring 4 or 5 homes with you, and Alexis opens the door and we walk in like, oh, I could see myself here. But there's so much analyzing going on that it's not the same as that's the one I picked,
Right.
and you got it for me, and I just signed, and the bank, Greg called and said it's done, and then I get my keys, and I'm now like that's mine. I open the garage door, I'm pulling in, moving my first box, like
Right.
It's pretty cool.
It is. It's a really neat feeling. It's just I can't explain it.
Yeah,
It's just
I
really
love that.
neat.
I love it. Oh, that's so cool. All right, what's next for you? What's next? What's the big thing for you as you move forward? I know we got social media. Maybe doing some stuff with the apartment complex to help some first-time home buyers.
Yes. So definitely want to start doing that in Arizona.
Wait.
Little exciting news. I'm not. I will always be licensed here, but I think I might be getting licensed out in California.
I am.
Are you? Ooh, so we can still do business there. All right.
Wait, so why? Is that going to be like I might move there or?
I might move there.
Okay. Surprise.
Surprise.
What's it? Is there a person?
Yes.
Okay. See,
But-
it's a wild guess.
Well,
Wild
yes.
guess.
Yes, they live in Arizona right now, so
But they might get moved.
well,
Or they might
they're
move.
from there.
Okay.
So they kind of want to go back, and I love the area. I mean, Newport's great. So
Oh,
I'm
Newport
like,
is great.
all right. So I'm
That's a
thinking
nice
of
price
getting
point.
it
When you
is.
talk luxury.
That's where it fits. So it goes hand in hand. I'm like, all right, let's go.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Have you already scoped out? Have you been out to Newport a few
yes.
times? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yes, we've
Yeah.
been going frequently the past couple of months, so
All right.
yeah,
That's
so
cool.
it's exciting. I'm excited. So
Well, like we were talking earlier, to go from I'm established in one area to go to a new market, I get to build it the way I want. Take all the lessons
right,
I've learned from here and then just kind of fast track it. It's a different market, but
right,
just getting established in a new market, getting educated on it and then figuring out, okay, where am I? It's honestly the same stuff we were just talking about, right? Where am I going to
right.
go work out and network? How am I networking at the coffee shops, hitting the high end
Exactly.
restaurants, financial planner, wealth manager?
Exactly. So
That is exciting.
yeah, just kind of incorporating everything that, I've learned here. I'm continuing to learn here. And just kind of take it anywhere. I want to kind of be licensed in different states too.
I
So
like it.
just kind of different goals of mine.
I like
Why
that.
not?
Dream big.
Why not? Exactly.
Yeah, why
Dream
not?
big.
Yeah.
So
Man, I'm looking forward to our next one because then we can see if you did move, how that went.
I know.
And if you stayed, how did all the stuff we just talked about come to fruition and work out?
exactly.
Cool. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us
Greg,
today.
thank you. It was
This has
so
been
much
awesome.
fun. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I
Oh
had
my
a
God.
blast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.